So this is the next morning, about 9 a.m. and my driveway washed out quite a bit. Definitely have lost some material. Quite a bit more washed out than the other day. Huh. It's amazing. All right, here's our road. Looks like some of our neighbors have already been driving through. There's going to be a lot more people using this road now because a lot of the other roads are washed out. Look at all this. This is where the river ran through on Dodge's property. Right here, this is where that river was yesterday. This is what it normally looks like when it rains. That puddle fills in, not much more than that, but right here, this is where it was coming down. So yesterday, right here, that was the shoreline. Yep, that was the shoreline, and let's see about how high up it went. So it looks like it was up to like here. So yeah, it was about 3 foot deep. A lot of water moved through here. This is the road leading back out. I mean, it's washed out pretty good. Yeah, you better have a decent vehicle with some decent clearance to get over these rocks. And I'm walking up probably a 12% grade. So right here, this is where the river came through yesterday. And then goes out and down to where the lake's gonna be at. Okay, believe it or not, people, that's all the flooding that there is out here. It all ran, looks like, over off of 180. So, weird. Where's the water? Well, I keep forgetting to show these, but this is my corn and squash, and the other corn. It's really starving for nitrogen. As soon as this stuff grew through the straw down to the existing dirt here, this stuff is so tightly locked up, no nutrients in it and so much rock in there, the stuff has really struggled to grow. Same with this corn. You know, this is over 2 months since I planted it. It just hasn't done a whole lot. It's gotten plenty of water, so it is what it is. This year is an experiment. You know, part of the reason why stuff doesn't grow very good here unless it's very deep rooted like all of the native plants, and they take forever to get going out here. I need to lay down all this organic material and let it break down, and then I'll have a lot more to grow in next year. Starting a new green compost, just throwing everything I can get my hands on in there. These potatoes are kicking butt. So far they haven't had too many problems. Looks like something might have eaten on one of them right there. You can hear my neighbor's chickens. So look at these things. I'll show you up over the top. They're freaking crazy. These things have gone nuts. Totally nuts. Look at all that. That's my comfrey. It's It's really, really taken off. It looks really good. And then here's my peppers. I didn't mark them because as the peppers are being done, I know what all 10 varieties are, and I'll know what they look like when I'm looking at the peppers. I'm pretty sure that that one's a jalapeno. Got some zucchini going. Once again, it's a little starved for nitrogen. This one is planted in the compost that I made, and you can see the difference. These were planted on the same day. So next year I need to make a lot more compost, which is my plan. And then same thing here, all of this stuff. These are pumpkins. They're just kind of starving for nitrogen a little bit. You know, I've given them some natural food a couple of times, but they just, this ground does not want, I mean, you can keep things looking decent in this ground, but getting stuff to grow in it, it just locks up the roots. So this is yellow squash here. And then you can see that this bale of straw had a ton of wheat in it. It had a ton of wheat. And so this has basically turned into my little wheat field experiment. So I tell you, out here in this ground, wheat grows real good. Wheat does not have a problem growing in this ground. So I'm letting it go. This is all going to make good organic material. I might even have, you know, I'll harvest all this wheat and see what I can do with it. You know, maybe I'll have enough to make, you know, one loaf of bread. But it's more about it's more about having all of this organic material. That's why I'm growing all this right now. So, and over here, these are the cucumbers. Once again, they're just, you know, I've fed them nitrogen a couple of times, but they're just struggling. This ground does not want to let, I mean, you can see the sweet peas. They got down into this ground and they just don't want to do a whole lot. So yeah, notes for next year. But you know, by next year I'll have all of this material will be broken down and turned into dirt basically. It's all going to turn into compost. It's all going to be growable. Next year I'll probably put like a 6-inch layer of my compost over the top of all of this, and then more straw on the top of that. So every year this will just get better and better. But I can't believe how good the wheat grows here. I mean, that kind of tells you a lot. You could, you know, if you could keep it watered, you could grow wheat out here. I mean, this stuff is ridiculously healthy, and I haven't done anything to it at all. Nothing. You know, I don't see any wheat farmers looking at this stuff, this organic wheat here, and saying that it's a failure. I mean, look at, this is without me planting anything. This is just what was already in the straw bales. Imagine if I planted it specifically. And I noticed, I'm not sure if all wheat does this or not, but I've noticed here, I'll pull some up, like watch, I'll grab this one stalk and pull it up. And well, anyway, a whole clump comes up. It grows in clumps. Wow, look at all that. Look at how healthy those roots are. Look at all the white hairs on them. Look at that. Well, I bet you it'll just keep growing if I put it right back. It's amazing. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of unintentional wheat going on, but that's okay. That's all right. These potatoes are still rocking and rolling. Okay, so here it is. This is where I planted the beans and the corn, and this is what it looks like every time it floods. So you can see there's a few beans. Let me see if I can get over here without getting all in the mud. I got Scout with me. So you can see a few beans and only 4 corn, and it looks like the other 2 have probably had it. So we're looking at 3 corn now. 3 corn and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 beans. I planted, I think, 150 beans, and I planted over 100 corn, and that's all that the rabbits left for me. But you can see now that they're getting watered, they're taking off, and this stuff, I think, just because years of, I'm not sure, everything from all the rest of the land running down here, all the silt running here, probably had some nitrogen in it, because they look nice and green. And this soil here does not have very many rocks in it. I think it's because it's been collecting silt all these years. It's real hard to see, but right here through the middle is the actual little wash, or whatever you'd call it, the little drainage canal where the water naturally comes down. Got a few sandbars here and there. That's quite a bit of material right there. Bunch more right here piled up. All this right here, about 2 to 3 inches deep, all that's new. It's all extra material that doesn't belong there. Come on, Scout.